Good morning, Internet. I just wanted to get out a little bit and see what's going on out here. See the news reporting all this, the water coming up on the seawall or whatever, splashing up on the seawall. I thought maybe you might want to see some sights down here in Galveston. From a non-news person. I can't hardly speak this morning. Well, here's about. I was probably about 3 to 4 blocks. I can't remember, but anyhow, to the seawall, and you could actually see ahead of you the Gulf of Mexico. I'm going to try to get some closer shots so you can see actually how it is. So stay tuned. I'm going to try to take different shots around, show you what's going on here in Galveston. Right now it's not raining. It seems to be, it could rain anytime. It just probably, the band is just not over us right now. There's bands that come off this storm that has heavy rains at times, and I don't know, I haven't been outside enough this morning to know how many times it's rained or whatever, but I know it has. So just ride along with me if you like, and then I'll show you some pictures if I see anything. There's a lot of people out roaming around trying to see what the surf is doing, evidently. They've got all the lifeguard stands up out of the way. I think they said they were going to get them up out of the surf because they're wood, and they will probably float out if they're not taken out. Of course, this is just kind of the beginning because it's really not hit yet. I mean, we've had some rain and some rain bands and things like that came over this morning. Last night, I don't think it rained at all. I mean, I don't know, I was asleep, but I think today is the major day that it starts raining and everything. So I'll get up to about 61st, turn around, and then try to get some shots that way coming back or something.
350 clear, gate rolling.
One thing about this seawall, if the water actually, if there's a surge, the seawall will help on this side, but it won't help back on the back side of the island. Although most of the problems would come from this direction, but if it's a surge, then it'll build the water up to where it'll come over the island from the back side a little bit if it's pushed into the ship channel. But as far as the seawall, it's doing its job, and it did during Ike as well. Hurricane Ike was it was I don't know if it's funny or if it's not or what,
50, go ahead.
but the Hurricane Ike is not on your tax form down here in Galveston. Well, whenever we do our taxes every year, there's about 4 or 5 hurricanes that's listed on the tax form have you ever been in, the question was, have you ever been in a hurricane, or have you experienced a hurricane or whatever? And I think it has something to do with some type of discount or something off your taxes. I don't know. Anyhow, but Ike is not listed on there. I mean, it has Rita and some others around that has came through this area, but not right here on the island. But Ike is not listed. I think that's terrible because a lot of people have felt the brunt of Ike in such a serious way that it should be listed as well. Well, it's about 10:03 in the morning in Galveston. So it looks pretty dark over there in the south. I mean, we're pointing south right now, and as I turn left, we're going to be going eastbound from 69th Street. I'm going to try to get over here and let you kind of see the surf, because it definitely is rolling in. Yeah, the surf actually has probably another, I don't know, maybe 10 feet or something like that before it comes up on the seawall. In Ike, it was actually splashing up on the seawall. I don't know when they got those pictures, the news people, but it really, I mean, it's really not bad at this point. They say that there's some flooding going on the street flooding or something. I don't know when that was, because I think it would run off by now if there was any street flooding, because we're not getting any rain, really. We're not at this point. lot of people are closed during the weather, I guess. Weather problem, you know. They just seem like my shop where I get my oil changed and my cleaners is closed. Looked like Sonic was open. I know McDonald's is open here. It's really not that bad, but I guess if you work off the island and you come to the island for work, then I understand that, you know, probably the weather is probably not a good time to travel. If you get stuck here for some reason, then you're stuck. So, and I don't see how you get stuck unless 45 is flooded north of Galveston. Of course, a lot of times, like right now, I think the ferry is running. Don't know for sure that it's stopped yet. But in bad weather, they normally shut down the ferry. But it may be getting to the point where they're going to shut it down later on. Bolivar, the peninsula of Bolivar is actually shut down, or they gave a mandatory, or not a mandatory, but they gave a evacuation. What do you call it? Yeah. I guess if you want to evacuate, you can, but they may not be able to come get you to help you if you are stuck on the island or on the Bolivar Peninsula, because it'll get where it'll flood at one end of Bolivar Peninsula, and then the other end will be the ferry. And if you can't get on the ferry or it stops for some reason, then you're stuck between no ferry and flooded roads. So when they give an evacuation notice of any kind like that over there, I think that I'd be gone, because it's once you're stuck, you're stuck. If the storm got worse and was like Ike took nearly everything off of Bolivar Peninsula, houses, everything really. I mean, he just kind of wiped it clean. I'm on Broadway Street. Broadway is basically you come off of 45 right down onto Broadway when you're coming into Galveston. The Broadway goes all the way down to the end. Well, not to the end, but near to the near end of the east end of the seawall. So it kind of combines there. Or you can take 61st Street before you get onto before you actually get too much onto Broadway. 61st Street will take you over to the seawall as well. I think Broadway is really a pretty street. Palm trees, the other trees they planted. They mixed up some different trees when they went back to some. After Ike, we had a lot of trees that went down. Well, I shouldn't say went down. They died because of the salt water. Now we're getting ready to connect onto Seawall Boulevard. This is the far east Broadway goes. There's somebody running a red light. They were on their telephone. Go figure. Okay, I hope you enjoyed this video. Let me know if you'd like to see more. Have a good day.